Hello, welcome everyone to another edition of Building a Model and Chilling Out in Chat. Hope everyone is doing well. Um, Last edition we did was did some shoulders, started on the arms, and some other pieces, which we'll find out go somewhere. I don't know why did that turn off. Hold on 1 second. There we go. A little free use background music. Hope you'll enjoy that. Unfortunately, I can't do the intro anymore because Twitch cracked down on me about that. So, unfortunately, that is gone. And let's get started with the build. Don't like screen seems in the way today. That's a little better. All right. A3, which is nope, that's A4. The small ones. Anyways, I hope everyone's doing all right. Nope, that's A6. Therefore, A3. And then we need F3. Let's see. I don't think that's F7. F5. F3. All right, we got what we need. Let's do our fancy double cuts. So nothing real interesting happened to me at all. The last or Sunday after the stream, nothing too interesting to report. So we got probably today and Wednesday on this, and then Friday we'll start on the Mobile Suit Gundam Verka or new Verka, or however you say it. And that has lighting, so that'll be interesting. I think the first thing I'll do is test the LED lights. Before we start installing them. So only one of them is going to be installed early on, and that's the head one. Oh. Let's see here. 2. 1. So, looking forward to hearing how your guys' weekends went. Oh, there it goes. I was going to say, I have it on loop. Why isn't it looping? Might not be the most interesting music, but it's what Twitch and YouTube will let me play. Unless I get a message saying, you shouldn't be playing that, which then I'm going to be like, WTF. So, nothing to really report on. Kind of taking a break from painting. It's just a little too tedious for me. Hey, Midnight Hunter, it's great to see you. Yeah, you know the pain of the copyright music? Yeah. I got hit hard. Twitch was like, we're turning off your video on demand, and they like went through my video and muted different times that they thought there was music. The funniest thing that ever happened with these model streams, copyright concern, was I got a copyright plate for music before I ever started playing music on this channel. There was literally no music. Usually, unless they have an actual soundtrack, like Spider-Man, I had to put it on. There's like stream mode. I like that. Nice. I like various tracks. I like probably one of my favorite is "Raise Your Flag" from Iron Blood Orphans. The one I was playing was, I believe, Ashes and Fire, something like that. It was from I want to say it was season 2 of Double O, but I could be wrong on that one. The most, back when I was doing reaction content, because that was one of the things I originally did on this channel, I got 32 copyright claim complaints in one. It was like 4-hour stream. I was like, that's gotta be a record. I cut that off. Gouge. Saying that. Yeah. It was pretty impressive. I mean, I deserved it. I won't say I didn't deserve it because I played a lot of copyrights, but I think I even had my my stream killed for I think it was 2 minutes during part of the stream because I played a Rammstein video, which I should have known better. But we were reacting to everything, and I was like, let's see what you guys think of Rammstein. So right now I'm working on CaoRen, interesting build. So far I'm not liking it as much as Albine and Baiki. Out of the 3, Baiki was my favorite so far. On my community page, I have one or more Nuclear's future releases. It's supposed to be like first or second quarter next year. And it's a model with an actual horse too, so it's pretty sweet looking. That one's going to cost probably a pretty penny. Someone said it's going to cost 80. I think that was an estimate by a site, because they even said, it may be more. But it has like the looks of all the other ones, and then it has this cool horse. And I'm like, that's going to be sweet. So yeah, I'm taking a little break from the painting project just because I need to get my patience back with that. I'm doing it real slow. I'm hand brushing it, so it's rather tedious. And like to do the orange stuff, I had to put like 3 coats because I grinded gray. And for the white, I chose, or for the orange, I chose a white. That it turned like I had a shiny silver, black, and white, and I had gray as well. The orange turned out the best on the white, but I still end up having to do like 4 or 5, coats. Yeah, that's what's coats. And yeah, it was quite the it took a little bit, but I think it looks nice. The black, I just got the Vallejo black and like gloss black for it, and that looks nice. And I ended up getting a Citadel. I pretty much never get Citadel colors, but at the Hobby Town by me, there was a lack of like a dark purple. So the best one I found was by Citadel Paints, and that turned out the best on the metal color, the shining silver. Because the paints I have a ton of different paints. I had ordered a big set. It was like a 102 or whatever paint set from Army Painter, and I used it. I had picked it up for when I was doing model painting, and so and for the most part, I can use those. Though they don't seem to work as good for the Gundam models. I also got the orange. I think it was a Vallejo, game color or mech color. I'll have to look later, but it turned out nice. It was a really bright orange, which I wanted. So it really offsets the deep purple and the black. And I ordered and it came a Dspiae marker or Dspiae marker. It was a gunmetal, and wow, it is a lot better quality than the Gundam markers. I actually ended up ordering a set of them because I'd never used AliExpress, and they give you like a 30% discount on your first buy on some stuff, and one of them was the Dspiae markers, and I instantly jumped on that because there was like a 12 pack, and so I picked that up. Well, from this side it looks like it's a nubby cut, but from here it's not. Fooled me. Oh, I got a piece of my hand. But the Dspiae ones didn't have where you're having to like press down 8 billion times in between swipes, or every time you like start using it again, and the coats go on smoother and lighter. It's like you're hand brushing it. I was thoroughly impressed. I did not think it would be that good. Oh, I got cut out from A4. This one. A4 1. It's great to see you, Midnight Hatter. I love your Discord. Not on it as much as I'd like to be, but I try to post when I can. So this is kind of my new schedule. I do all of these are Central Time, but I do Monday 9 and 6:30. Wednesday, I believe, is 3:30. Friday is 9 a.m. and then Saturday is 9 a.m. and 6:30. So it works out pretty good. All right, let's go. I do like the layers and how they do that, and it, even with having the metal structure, I still find it very enjoyable. Oh, there we go. I'm like, why is that not shooting it? There we go. Also, welcome to all the Twitch users. I don't know how many of you are on, if there is any, but welcome. Great to have you. just started streaming on Twitch recently. So, enjoying that and learning the whole Twitch experience, which it truly is an experience to try and learn. That. There we go. I'm like, how come it's not going in? I just had to put some pressure on it. There we have an arm. We need A411. Still trying to learn, even after doing this for 2 months, cutting on camera. At least for me, I'm instinctive to like fold it all close. And can't really do that when you're trying to do it on camera. And please let me know in the chat if you find the background music annoying or you like having that little beat to it. And so far, I don't mind it. It doesn't bother me, but if it bothers you as the listeners, I'd rather have what you enjoy. All right. But yep, the next project is the new Gundam Master Grade Verka. I always say that out of order. Master Grade new Gundam Verka. And for you those that are new, Verka is an interesting it's a very interesting they're interesting builds. They're inspired or originally designed by I'm gonna butcher his name. I'm not even gonna try it, but that's where the ka comes from. Like, no, I'm not even gonna try it because I don't want people to be like, you mispronounced that completely. How dare you? Because it would be bad. And that. That'd be why. I was looking at the other hand's step. There we go. That is an arm. I do have all the hands done. I didn't want to put you through 12, cutting out and putting together 12 hands, because that would be super annoying. And how come I never placed this anywhere? Where was this supposed to go? This was 4-1. Oh boy. We're going to be taking a little bit off. I don't think I can put that in there. Current state. Yeah. I gotta get these off somehow. So, all right, we're going a little bit backwards on the shoulders because I forgot to add a piece. Last parts for the shoulders. These. My internet had a hiccup as well. We're just going to have a good stream today. I can tell. Okay. Pieces are a little more on the fragile side. I try to be careful. The last thing I want is to break one of these. So I'm trying to find a foot there. Like I said, this part separator has been a miracle tool for me. As still a new builder, it is very nice to have. No. No, not gonna be able to get it in there. We'll that out. Ha! Didn't have to take everything apart. Alright. That looks a lot better. I was like, something is off on this a little bit. No, that looks a lot better now. Just remember, when you're done with a part and there's still another piece left, you probably forgot a step somewhere or didn't see something on the step. That looks nice. Gold there with the red. Got these. This one moves down. This one really doesn't. And it's sharp. Very sharp. Alright. I can't wiggle this out. Walking it out. There we go. And we'll add this piece to the fold. Breaking this. There we go. This one will keep it down. Even easier that time. So just got to put this arm together. Make sure I'm paying attention to the right one. This goes out like that, and this is that. It's over here. Interesting. It has to. It is literally saying this piece needs to go here. Yeah. Is it just backwards? It was backwards. Ha. I was gonna say, I'm like, there's only one way this goes on. But this turned that way. There's this one goes like that. Yep. we are back in this week. Backwards part, take a shot. Yeah, that's never really worked for me. One time I had to take apart, I had to take apart a whole Sky Defender leg because I let a part be too loose in there, or it was either too stiff or too loose. I want to say too stiff, and those insides are pretty gouged at this point because I had to take, like, it was almost kind of like a gasket. There was a thick plastic like gasket in the hole, and I had to take that out, and it was near impossible to get it out. But once I did, I had to shave a ton of different parts in there because I could not see what the issue was. Try to put this on before I that. All right, so we have the arms. Go like this. We do have all the hands. I'll say this one and this one. We have the chest done. We have the head done, the shoulders, and currently the waist. That's what we're looking at so far. Pretty cool. I'm liking it. The head's very cool. The face. I mean, one thing I'll say about Modern Nuclear is the parts are fantastic. They're really good at layering the parts so that you don't have too many, like, none of the Modern Nuclear have any type of decals. So once you're done, all you really have to do is panel line and do a top coat if you want. Which, if you're going to do a top coat, you better do gloss because of the metal shine on some of the pieces. Alright. Now we gotta pull everything for, and I should have done this ahead of time, so I apologize. Pull everything for the leg units. Need. Yeah, I mean, all of theirs look great, and I think out of all of them, this one is the one that looks the worst. Or, I don't want to say worse, but it just doesn't look like it. Not sure. I see the rip on it. Maybe one of the DW games that I haven't played. Dragon Warrior games, maybe. I mean, yeah, they have a lot of inspiration from like Final Fantasies and Dragon Warrior. But what their true inspiration they create, it's based kind of off of like a Chinese like folk tale or something with generals, and that's kind of what they base it off of. Because like Albine is kind of like a water trident drake. He has a water dragon with him. Baiki, which is my favorite out of the build so far, was a fire one. And you want to see something cool? These are the wings, and I want to say this might, I don't know what that is. That might be for a blade. No. Well, yeah, actually, it might be for his blades, because he has two blades. Did it? It doesn't look like the blade uses it. But I mean, I really like the color. The purple that goes into dark blue to light blue. Yeah, really. I mean, they are amazing looking wings. And they were amazing on Baiki. Uh, Al Bean didn't have any wings, and he didn't need wings because he had a 3-foot dragon that I had to wrap around him. Where did I buy these kits from? I believe I want to say I got Al Bean from like Big Bad Toys, something like that. And then Baiki I got from Gundam Play Store. If you're looking, probably the cheapest, but I think they're sold out at the moment, is Gundam It. And they're like an official retailer of keeping those. Keeping those. They're an official retailer of Mortar Nuclear. Oh, and I got this one at New Type. And I gotta give a shout out to New Type because they helped me in a jam. I broke a metal piece and they were able to procure me a replacement because every contact I tried with Mortar Nuclear was pretty much a no answer. It sucked. I've only talked to Mortar Nuclear once, and it was when I tried to express interest in possibly obtaining a future release to do on the channel. And I think they thought I was a store because the form they sent me to fill out was for retailers. And I was like, I tried to fill it as best as I could, but yeah, they didn't bite. They definitely didn't bite on it because I pretty much got ghosted by them after that, even for parts. And they had no real customer support, like email or contact form. Their site was in Chinese, but luckily Google translated for me. That's it. I just need 2 E's, which I need 8. Got E3, and I just gotta find E4. Is this one? No, it's E1. Did we just have E4? We did. Maybe I. Oh, there's E4. Alright, so let's just make sure we have everything before we start. I've only pulled 2 of the metal parts instead of all 3. And the kits usually run about 70 to like 100 at the moment because they're in between prints, and so it comes at there's a little bit of a premium, but they say they're 1/100 scale, but I would say they're closer to a 1/72 scale. They have an impressive height. Just need those two, not everything. And if you want to see the metal piece I broke, this was the metal piece I broke. This should be connected to this. Looking at it, you would think it moves side to side. But nope, it is actually a front and back movement. And there's a plastic gasket inside that kind of controls the movement. And because it's such a focal point of stress, there was no way I could do anything to really correct the issue. Alright. We got the 3 different metal type pieces. we have A4 back on the runner. A6 lay over there. I know I pulled D. Oh, there's D. Nope. That's D, E, K, F. Oh, I re-put D over. That was my bad. There's D3 as I knocked the camera. As you can see, I'm very chaotic today. And you're not going to study any of it. Maybe if I put you too close together, you'll have stability. Yeah. All right. E3. But so far, the build I enjoyed the most, and I've only been doing this since June 11th, I should point that out, was Sky Defender. That was an incredible build. I imagine that's kind of like what a perfect raid is like. And one day I hope to actually buy one, but don't see that happening anytime soon, which is fine. But I'm gonna be. This is kind of the last third-party build I'm gonna be doing, because at least on the stream, because I've already kind of checked my analytics, and when I do a Gundam build, I get way more people than I do with a third-party build. Well, Sky Defender did actually halfway decent, but that was a pretty popular kit. All right, we're ready to do stuff. We need K2 and 6. So once again, we're doing doubles for everything. Yeah, pretty much the whole leg we end up doing doubles for. And right now we're doing the feet. We need 5. This little piece here. Yep, facts, that's just the algorithm. Absolutely. You can put all the hashtags you want, but the title pretty much has to say Gundam in it. Because I even have the hashtag Gunpla. I think I have the hashtag Gundam in it. Yeah, and that's what I'm doing. The next kit is I did the Michaels sale and got the Gundam new Verka, and I ended up finding a copy of the LEDs for it and got that. And so that's been pretty awesome. You know, I'm excited about that. The reason I got it for, you know, just a normal kind of master grade kit was an actual person from the channel purchased or pre-ordered for me the Sky Defender LEDs from Cosmos. I've never done an LED before, so I didn't want to go jumping in the deep end once the Sky Defender comes. So I picked out the new Verka's Coast Boat set, and I can already tell that it was a good thing I did, because it's all in a foreign language. Even the video instructions are in a foreign language, and they kind of skip over parts, and I'm like, seriously? You couldn't make life easy for me? I think I did find at least a half tutorial. He also cut out large parts, but I've got the gist of it. Hello, Mr. Brian Wright. Hope you're doing well today. Uh, so, how's the building going? Because you were just, I remember correctly. I always might mistake you for someone else that's also building something. But aren't you in the middle of a new build? Like you just started it? I am horrible at remembering things. And I do have listed in the I can't think of what's called. The video notes, the video why can't I think of, hey fix uh the description, the video description, all the tools are listed that I use. And anyone's free to ask me what I think about them. I'll be completely honest. There is integrity. I believe in full integrity, and but I was about to slow the master. You know, I forgot you're working on the Master Grade EX Strike Fighter. Yes, right here. I'd like to do the Master Grade EX full armor Gundam or full armor unicorn. No paid promotions. I'm not that lucky yet. I mean, I just started out at the end of June doing the model stuff. So it does not, you know, I don't expect it. I don't know if I'll ever expect it. No, it was all right. You gotta do what you gotta do. Yeah, best of luck on the application. But yeah, I forgot what I was saying. Yeah, and you look at, you would think I'm sponsored by Dspiae or Dspiae with how many of their tools I use, but I've liked the majority of the stuff they've made. I think the only one I didn't really care for was the mini Vice. And that was more me not realizing how small it actually was. And I don't use it as much as I thought I would use it. Like, I thought I was going to use it more for a lot of the standing work, but it doesn't work for where I want. Oh, sounds good. Yeah, I'll hit you up. I appreciate that. I was never sponsored even when I did my board game reviews. But with like the board game reviews, I built a rapport with a lot of the companies, and so I'd just get free review copies. Sometimes not even request. At some point, I wasn't even requesting them. They would just show up at my door, and I'm like, "All right, I got to figure out how to schedule this in." And I'd message them. I'm like, "I got your package. I will get to it when I can." I'm like, I just got my schedule, set, so I wasn't expecting this. But it was a good thing. That's funny. How was the Gundam base thing? I'm in Milwaukee, so the Chicago one was way too far away, and I didn't have the finances to purchase any of the awesome stuff that they would have had there. But even then, like, I have no idea how to approach a company about sponsoring. For board games, it was kind of easy because it was just you would go straight to the developer. But obviously, I have never seen anyone directly sponsored by what's it called, by Bandai, or any of the sorry, trying to do two things at once here. Still. Okay, yeah, and that's kind of what I heard was like pretty much if you're not there super early on Friday, you're not going to really be able to buy much because they bring a certain quantity to each one, and I've heard that they tried to limit people, but then other cashiers, at least in the Chicago area one, they tried to limit people to one or two, but then they completely changed their mind, or there was like a cashier or two that was still letting people buy 3 to 4 to 5 sets, and I'm like, that's not cool. I'm not a fan of scalpers because most likely, they're unless they're buying for friends, they're yeah, they don't really yeah, you gotta shoot your shot. Yeah, definitely. Most build you partnered with Soko USA Gundam store. Okay. Yeah, I think that's really the one that I've seen the most of. No, I don't remember that. That's what you just said is completely foreign to me. But yeah, you never know. I mean, I'm always very good at typing my stats. Like, stressing the important stuff and trying to hide some of the weaker points. Ouch. I would love to get a Penelope, but I don't want. I'm not a fan of the crystal clears, and like even the like different like color options, I'm not a fan of. I mean, they're great for those type of events. That's what those are designed for. That and premium Bandai. I know you kind of I had popped that question in one of your latest live streams about P Bandai and why don't they just mass release the ones that are actual like regular Gundams, like for example, the red frame Astray Red Dragon that would get eaten up by consumers. I mean, the Kai Ori does great. I couldn't imagine what what Red Dragon would do. Interesting. I thought about they have all types of those SD Gundam sets and they're super cheap. They're like $10 to like $20. You're a shameless P Bandai. There's nothing with it. You know, I understand why people like it. It's just coming for me. I think a big part of it. Okay, send me a link. I'll take a look at it later. Uh, the big thing. Okay. Um, the big thing is I've only been doing this since June 11th. There have been so many of the P Bandais. I'm like, that would have been great to be able to get. But because it was a P Bandai in 2022 or 2021 or whatever, I was unable to get, like the Eltron Gundam, the Red Dragon. Even though I'll never have the money for it, the perfect grade unicorn perfectibility and the divine set with it. I was literally half tempted to get the Dayband one eventually. I just fear the quality won't be worth the money premium that it will be at. That's kind of cool. So that's kind of a cool foot there. I think something's going to go over part of that, but that was really cool. Yeah, I saw you did fix it. I'll take a look at it after stream. Like, I can't look at it because if I try to look at it while I'm doing the stream, it would drop me from the stream, and I prefer not to have any more technical difficulties than I usually have. A4 and F5. Let's see here. I felt like deja vu, like I had already done this stuff. But no. Yeah. So that's where I'm not the biggest fan of the P Bandai stuff. Coming from a new person, it's once you really decide to dive into it, and you're like, oh, I'd love to get this one and this one, and then you find out that was a P Bandai exclusive. This was a P Bandai exclusive. It gets extremely irritating. But that's my rant about P Bandai. And I'm hoping, because it sounds like the new master grade that they're putting out next year is going to have some type of new mechanics to it. I'm hoping that that is kind of why there's been a slowdown of master grades, and that it we'll start seeing them pumped out again because of these improvements that they made, or supposedly made. You don't like any of the mainline stuff? I get it. Yeah, I totally get it. But you've also been doing this for quite some time, so pretty much any build that you really wanted to do, you've pretty much probably already done it. Because even for me, I'm like, which ones do I still want to do? And I have a decent list. Yeah, I hate when things that you enjoy like fall off. Being a kid from the '80s, one of my favorite toy sets was Silverhawks. Watching it now, I'm like, that was an odd show. And there's even some stuff that I'm like, that shouldn't have. Nowadays, that would be really creepy. I'm not going to go into it because I don't want my channel to be plagued. But if someone wants to hit me up on Discord DM of why I think Silver Fox would be not so good nowadays, I will let you know. I will say, and I think this is exactly what Bandai wanted. Gundam Breaker 4 really opened me up to being like, oh, I think I really like this look at that set. Like, I would love to like build this set. Or, hey, I built this really cool, Gundam, original Gundam, and now Midnight Blade thing looks so cool. I'll have to look at it. So I think in those two ways, because if you want like a certain look, you're going to end up picking up multiple sets to like create your own special Gundam that you built or that you made in Gundam Breaker 4, which is brilliant. But then you also have to paint it. And I didn't really think about that part. But it'd also be really cool just to have your own, like, I designed this. And not only did I design it in game, I also I'm not sure where to cut on this. Alright, it's safe to cut here. I will say the instructions for this one were better than Albane, but like by Keys was also like this one, which was better than Albane. For some reason, Albane, just like the instructions were not as yeah, I do like Gundam Breaker 4. It is very repetitive. I will give it that. It's kind of a no brainer fighting type thing, but you can also crank up the difficulty a little bit to give yourself a challenge if you want to. But other than some money, which by chapter 3 you have no real use for money, other than buying the occasional set just for the color themes. I'm eventually gonna do all of the difficulties, but I also don't see like the big deal, or what am I trying to say? I'm speaking before I actually say what I want to say today. Give me a second here. It's very repetitive, but the customization is really there. I got it for Switch, which I owned all the systems, even Steam Deck, but I decided to get on Switch for the portability. I don't know why I just didn't get Steam Deck so I could play with PC players. Because it is not cross-platform multiplayer, unfortunately. At least not that I know of. So that's probably what it's, to me, one of its big downfalls is not the cross-platform multiplayer. I haven't done it because I'd rather just do it with people I know. But sadly, no one I know has the Switch version. Because the Switch version is probably the weakest version out of them. From what I understand, PS5 is the strongest, followed by PC. Then actually it's Switch, and then PS4, I believe. I could be wrong on that, but I believe the Switch is more powerful than the PS4. but there is a graphical difference between the two. I've seen what it looks like on PS5, and it's a lot clearer, a little bit more crisp. But I wanted the portability, and I pre-ordered it already for Nintendo, and I was like, well, I might as well just keep it that way. Because I didn't feel like, by the time I heard the reviews where it was like that, I didn't want to cancel, wait 7 to 10 business days, and possibly miss release day. Now, my favorite type of Gundam game are the SD Gundam generation games. Specifically Genesis and... what's it called? Genesis and... Genesis and Cross Rays, which I think I like Cross Rays more because I'm more interested, or I find the alternate universes more enjoyable than the Universal Century. Maybe it's just I haven't watched enough of Universal Century to fully like it. But, oh wow, we're already at an hour, but I'm going to go on for a little bit more because I'm enjoying the conversation, and well, we're at a good stopping point. I hate to stop the stream now, but I am streaming later today at 6:30 Central, and so now I'm trying to stretch this build out a little bit. And we just finished the feet, which the feet are really cool looking. Well, I think they're some of my favorite feet that I've designed or that I've built so far. But yeah, we'll be moving on to the legs in the next stream. I don't know if we'll get through it all because it's 2 pages long with lots of steps. We're looking at 18 steps times 2. And then all we have left after that are the weapons and the backpack. So that will be really interesting. Midnight Hatter, have you seen Baiki in Albine? If not, I will take, I think I have some pictures I can share with you. Especially Baiki, that's been the one was my favorite. My top 3 builds are number 1 is Sky Defender. Number 2, I think I'm still going to put Freedom 2.0 just because it was a lot of firsts for me. It was my first master grade, first time I did water slides, first time I top coded. So it was a lot of learning experience, but it also turned out probably one of my best put together and complete ones. And then finally, number 3 is Baiki. Number 4 is a toss-up between Albine, the real grade Sazabi, and the real grade High New Gundam. Those 3 are pretty much 4, 5, 6, and they could interchange. Then after that, it kind of takes a nosedive down, but that's because I've only been doing this since June 11th. So. But anyways, thank you all for watching. It was great having you, especially those in the chat. Thank you to those on Twitch. And so until 6:30 today, or whenever you watch this video, have a great rest of the day. Be kind to one another, and take time to enjoy your hobby each day.